Garage fam, we are coming to you live for the NASCAR race preview show. The Garage Guys NASCAR race preview show, that is. We're live from Hooters in Round Rock, Texas. I got Dale here with, hey Dale, you don't have any shades on.
Don't have the shades
It's not
on.
bright enough?
No, not bright enough in here, but this is a cool vibe. It's actually really packed out Hooters out here just outside of Austin, Texas. Circuit of the Americas. First thing I should say is if you've never been, you got to go. It is such a fun time. I know it was a torrential downpour last year, but this weekend we're expecting beautiful weather and an awesome time, and it's just an incredible race. All three races last year were great, so I think we're going to see the same thing this weekend. Another triple header. No truck night in America, but it is truck day in America. Hashtag wake up with trucks.
What's happening to truck night in America?
Hey, this is a normal thing, all right?
I want to get my George sweat on truck night in America.
You can't overuse truck night in America. It is a very special occasion.
It's sacred.
And, yeah, it's very sacred. But we do have Battle of the Truck Gods. Truck God the First. Sheldon Creed is back in the Truck Series. Oddly enough, right after I have Chandler Smith on Garage Talk and claim him as the new Truck God, it's very strange that Sheldon, he must have seen the Garage Talk and said, I need to get my crown back.
Yeah,
for this
TG1, not a fan of TG2. Not Todd Gilliland.
We'll see.
It's
interesting because when Chandler Smith won his first race last year at Bristol, he moved Truck God the First out of the way to get that win.
He did, and you bet on him on that one. I had a little more faith in Truck God the First. You saw the second coming.
Yes.
It's kind of like Christ.
I was waiting for it. Waiting for it.
Shout out to him. You know what else is like Christ, though?
Winners. Hooters
food. I'm going to tell you.
I was going to do the winner segue, but winners, Christ was a winner, so yeah.
He was. He's the biggest winner of all time in certain religious cultures. But, yeah, shout out to Hooters. Right now, if you get over to Hooters to go, is it HootersToGo.com? It's not anymore. Guess what? Tricked you. Order.hooters.com. Is the correct one. Sorry, our guy that does all our print and stuff like that. We've already fired like 7 people this week.
Yeah, fired another one.
It's been crazy. But moral of the story, order.hooters.com or download the Hooters app. Use promo code GarageGuys. You're going to save $10 on any to-go order, $30 or more, valid at participating locations for delivery and carryout orders only. Tell them Captain Carryout sent you. And if that's not good enough,
Dine & Dale sent you. Dine & Dale's always got you covered. Use or tell your Hooters waitress about promo code Garage Guys, and for any dine-in order of $40 or more, you get to save $10. That's food, non-alcoholic beverages, and merch included. No alcohol included. No gift cards redeemable. This offer is redeemable at HOA locations. Only $10 off of any dine-in order, $40 or more. Just by telling your Hooters girl the promo code Garage Guys, you know Dine & Dale has you covered. Tell them Dine & Dale sent you. And speaking of scent, we're going to see some drivers go full sin mode this weekend.
I'm excited.
At COTA. So let's get right into it, man. We got the 2 of the top 3 or 4 historical road course racers of all time, or just the greatest road course racers in the history of gods of road. Jeff Gordon and the Hooters guy himself, Chase Elliott. Nice throwback die-cast right there.
Bill's boy.
So, first thing I want to start off by saying is Chase Elliott is plus 250, plus 300, plus 200.
He'll be minus infinity by Saturday.
It makes me sad.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out, I cannot bet on him at this moment. I'm sorry, Hooters gods. I'm sorry, Chase.
Apologies.
But you're just a little overvalued for me, even though his record is ridiculous. But here's what I want to see.
He's still going to be mad because he's just going to be like, well, you should just bet all of your money on
no matter what. Yeah, I mean, you put
$1,000
on him, you win $2,000 if it hits. You double your money. But that's not enough for me. Based on the parity we've seen in 2022 with this next-gen car, we think it could really change a game all season long, or change the race all season long. So let's wait until practice. Let's wait until qualifying. Let's watch someone else like Tyler Reddick or Chase Briscoe boom to the top of the charts. Maybe they overvalue them, start dropping on Chase Elliott just a little bit, and then it's time to pounce.
It's very possible.
We're going to have to wait on the sports books on that one. So,
look,
I don't know.
The big thing about it is you and I were both talking, and this is for the fam, too, just to remember. This new car is, you said it yourself, it is literally set to be a road performance machine. Okay? I was reading an article, shout out to Bozy, by the way. Bozy is the new, tech writer. Not like tech like what I'm using to record this video, but like tech for cars. he is writing articles now on NASCAR. So you want to talk a little bit about the car and what this is different from last year, or how it's different?
Yeah, well, the biggest thing simply is that it's modeled more like a street car and very similar to how the supercars, the V8, the Australian supercars are, which is what Scott McLaughlin was so dominant in. They only performed on road courses. So with that being said, I think guys like, we had a conversation right before we started filming, AJ Almondinger, I think is someone who could benefit greatly with this new car because of his world-class talent and all the different kinds of race cars he's driven. So with the new specs in this car, and you're right, Bozy he knows
he just lays it out
so much
for you,
information,
like a book.
Useful information that can help you out, even in a betting aspect. It's just ridiculous how different this car is going to be on road courses. A lot more mechanical grip, better braking, and I think, like I said, the road course guys are going to eat. You know?
Yeah, I want to tell you a little bit about, you're talking about, having the guide or having someone to know. This is the Book of Road. It doesn't have a title on it, but I got it from a gypsy on a corner back home. His name was Mark. He gave
What's inside of it?
Be careful, open it. It's powerful. So this is literally, you guys know how, I'm a NASCAR wizard. Dale pretty much being around me from so much is also a NASCAR wizard. He was already the best NASCAR bettor in the universe, and now he has wizard powers, so you're basically fucked if you bet against garage guys. But yeah, the Book of Road, there's some really interesting notes in here and some things that kind of like the sports almanac.
It almost burned my eyes. It's too sacred. The Book of Road.
Shit. I got to be careful.
The only way you can look in the Book of Road is by wearing the Dale shades, which are right here.
Can I borrow those?
No, not yet.
Actually, mine have the same power.
Nah, you try it. No.
It's still a little bright, but
All right,
it's
here.
doable.
Here. I want them to be put to good use. Take them.
Okay. All right, we're going to try this.
The shades of Dale for the Book of Road.
Dude, your head. Okay,
it doesn't fit your head?
This is the first time.
There you go. No, you're good now.
All right, now we're good. Oh, wow. It's like the Da Vinci Code. It's all coming to me.
My friend Chris Addison watched the Da Vinci Code for the first time the other night, and he was just like, he was telling me about it. Chris Ross, yeah. Yeah, Chris Addison Ross.
Wow, this is incredible. All right, the first thing I see here in the Book of Road.
Boris said. Boris said is the first thing you see in the Book of Road.
Well, it's a lot of letters that are just making his face. I'm sorry if you can't see it. I can't show it to you either. You don't have the Dale shades right now. Wow, so much that I didn't know about this. I just absorbed a lot of that information. Would you care to absorb some?
Yeah, so
the Da Vinci Code itself, there isn't a guy whipping himself in the back in there, so that's a good thing. You don't have to worry about it. Wow.
So it's just Boris said. It's just a picture of Boris said with his curly afro on both of these pages.
But get to that.
Then, it's once again Boris said with an even curlier afro on. Do you know who Boris said is?
Don't miss. Yes, Boris is actually racing.
Yeah, the god, the NASCAR road course god. It's just Boris said on every page.
Shout out to Boris.
If you look at this, you will be transformed for life.
There's even a picture of Boris said with Big Bird. Big Bird and the entire cast of Sesame Street from 1987.
Big anti-scaredy cat guy. And for some context, if you don't know about this, because this is in the era I think you were tuned out for a little while, he got into it with Greg Biffle on the track.
The
right?
Biff?
The Biff.
Oh.
Back at, I think it was Watkins Glen in like 2008, 2009 maybe, one of those years. And in his interview, he talked about how he was trying to go over there and beat the shit out of Greg Biffle. And Biffle wasn't having it, and he went back in his hauler or whatever. So there's a famous interview that we got to watch after this show where he called Biffle a scaredy cat. And it is so funny.
It's so wholesome to call someone a scaredy cat.
And then he went on to say, I'm going to find him. He basically
maybe we'll get an old man fight this weekend.
Big threat Boris. Big threat Boris.
Threat.
Also, I think Boris is like 6'3". He's not a small guy.
I've heard he's a very tall guy.
I can't wait to meet him. I want to be on the grid. I want to meet this guy and to get a picture with Boris because he is the GOAT. He is the god.
We will have the Book of Road as well with us.
But I will say,
I want to add some things to the Book of Road. What do you want to say?
It says at this time, there's a cutoff in the Book of Road where after 2012 or 13, do not bet on Boris said in anything you do. He's almost 65 years old now, So that's one piece of
messed up
advice.
again.
We're talking highly of Boris. Boris's glory days have unfortunately passed us. So we're not going to be betting on Boris, but you can find some useful information about Boris. And we need to get a sticker of Boris's face and just plaster that on there.
We'll do that.
To make sure people know,
we'll
oh,
just
God, what am I getting into?
We'll get a picture of us with Boris to put on the front of it. Because maybe he is the one with the original key to the Book of Road,
Yes.
and we'll let him unlock it where we can see it with our normal eyes.
We need to bring it to him on the grid and with his picture and say, we found it. And then he's just going to fall to his knees and start crying.
Exactly.
And hands shaking as he grabs the book.
Like on Lord of the Rings, but he's not Gollum because Gollum was really short.
Yeah.
But there was a section.
He actually aged decently.
There's a section that's open, and I think that it's waiting for us to fill it with bets for the EchoPark Grand Prix at Circuit of the Americas.
Let's fucking do it.
So I want to go ahead and just start off by saying there is a lot on the books right now, okay? Before we get started, though, I am a little thirsty. Are you?
Hey, let's see.
Let's see. Hey, what's up? Obviously, you guys know we're at Hooters. This is Litzy. Litzy, say hello to the Garage Band.
Hi, guys. Hello.
Hey, Litzy, so we want to ask you, we just got done reading out of the Book of Road. It's very sacred. Don't ask me to open it. It'll burn your eyes. We want to know, are you excited about the race this weekend in Austin, Texas, the EchoPark Grand Prix at COTA?
Yeah, super excited. Very.
She's very excited. So who's going to win?
Chase Elliot, for sure.
That was kind of a
there you
no-brainer.
go. Hey, that's him right there, number 9. Beautiful die-cast car right there. She knows. She's a Hooters girl. That's our Hooters guy. So that's it right there.
That's the guy
Now tell me this. So last year we raced here for the first time in NASCAR. Tell me which driver won this race. All right, are you ready for this? I'm going to give you 3 choices. All right, you got to get it right. Tyreek Hill, Brett Favre, or Chase Elliott.
I'm going to have to say Chase Elliott.
Hey, look at that.
Hey,
Wow. Unbelievable.
Smartest.
Wow.
She has a lot of road knowledge.
A lot of road knowledge.
You're probably a big fan of road. Have you ever raced go-karts?
Yes, I have.
What was your lap time?
Did you win?
I did win. I'm actually really fast.
Oh, apparently she won. She's
She
fast.
was faster than time itself, so there were no times that were even needed.
She did serve our wings and lots of tots pretty fast. I'll give you that. Yeah.
And it was delicious. Let's see. I will ask you this: we are about to start talking about bets. We are. I guess. Are you a little thirsty?
A little thirsty. Yeah, we're getting down to it. I'll get a very former Chase Elliott sponsor, not anymore. Mountain Dew.
And I'll have a Pepsi as well.
Thank you, Litzy.
Bye, Litzy. All right, that was Litzy.
Big road expert.
Big road. She number one on road. She may have been the one that had this book to begin with. Boris might have gave it to her. I
doubt it.
Blistering laps. All right, so let's get back to the bets here. All right. First off, there's been a lot of action over on Action, and if you're not on the Action app, you need to be following myself and Dale. Dale right now is up 20 bazillion units. Really holding it down for the Garage Fam. 2 weeks in a row, plus 5,000 banger with Chase Briscoe at Phoenix, and then comes back at it with a plus 1,400 blister with, all right, I got this one for you. Trick play.
Hey.
We got you, Litzy. We got you.
Now she's just trying to mess with us.
Now she is, because she knows. She knows that we know too much now about her road expertise.
Thank you, Litzy.
Thank you, Litzy. So, plus 14. I mean, you're up 20 units right now. I feel like it would be, you have to be the one to start this. Who are we, and what are we looking at from Dale's perspective as a first bet before practice, qualifying, etc.?
Yeah, look, so it's been crazy the last couple of weeks. We've had for Atlanta for how crazy Atlanta was, the concept of super speedway racing on a mile and a half. Insane. We kind of stayed afloat in Xfinity and trucks, which, by the way, Xfinity and trucks, follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I post all my Xfinity and truck cards straight to Twitter, straight to Instagram. Xfinity, I'm up like 1.5 units on the year. So we're in the green just a little bit. Trucks are up about 8 units, so we're treading along well there.
Focused on Cup.
And then Cup, we're up about 45 units. See all my Cup picks on the Action Network, and obviously a lot of big hits this year on just high odds guys. And I wouldn't be surprised if a high odds guy won this weekend too. It's just been We've seen it in all 3 series with Chandler Smith, Cole Custer, Chase Briscoe, William Byron.
I don't even know if we can call it parity anymore.
Chris Buescher in the duel, Keselowski in the duel, all over a plus 1,000. That's what's so beautiful about NASCAR is if you trust the right people who know what they're talking about, guys like me and Chase who have been obsessed with the sport our entire lives, you can make some serious fucking money on this. So without further ado, I know we're hot right now, but we can't start just looking at the past. We got to keep going. Let's stay hot. So
that's it. Scared money don't make money, baby.
My first pick, my only thing I posted on Action Network so far, and I think me and you are both on it, and high in this guy. I'm high in this guy every single race all year long, is Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick and RCR have been so fast all year long. He's been one of the fastest drivers. He's been in one of the fastest cars. Their pit crew has been outrageously good. I mean, scary good. Yeah, Paul Swan over on Austin Dillon. Their crew's been great too. RCR's just been killing it,
in
dude.
general.
They have just been killing it. So, top 10. Tyler Reddick top 10 at plus money on Action. I posted it. I took the money on FanDuel at minus 110. I missed that Barstool Sports still had it at even money. Very small difference. Not that big of a deal. But
it's okay.
If you can find it on Barstool Sportsbook, it's still at even money. Hammer it the second you see this because the guy has top 3, top 5 speed every single week. Literally has wrecked from the lead twice. At Fontana and at Atlanta last week. It's been ridiculous. And wanted to dig into the road course stats. And 4 of his last 6 road course races has 4 top 10 finishes, including a second place at the Charlotte Roval. Finished 9th here after starting on the pole at COTA in 2021 in the torrential downpour. So look at Tyler Reddick.
Monsoon.
He's really, at the minimum. I mean, that's putting it lightly. Tyler Reddick has developed into a complete driver at almost every track. I mean, he's had top 5s, top 10s everywhere, just really knocking on the door of that first win. I know we'll talk more about his winning odds, I'm sure, at some point.
Oh, yeah, they're about to very soon.
I'm sticking with the top 10 for now, though, until I see some practice and qualifying. I'm just assuming he's going to be fast. The driver talent's there, the experience, or maybe not experience, but he's got the experience enough now in his 3rd or 4th year in Cup where he's building and turning into a championship contender. If he could just get the finishes and not be cursed with such bad luck. But the speed is there, driver talent's there, the team is performing exceptionally, and the road course stats are there. 4 of his last 6 in the top 10. Tyler Reddick, even money for a top 10 at COTA on Sunday is bonkers.
It really is. And look, I'm hot right now in the top 10s. We're going to keep moving forward, as Dale said. I'm going to be on that as well. I've got him at plus 100 Barstool Sportsbook, but I'm taking it a little bit further. All right, if you got to watch any of the testing, now the Roval and COTA are 2 very different tracks, but he looked really damn good in the next-gen car at the Roval. I think that his confidence level is obviously at big heights. Tyler Reddick is just there, okay? For the Short King himself, as Spider from Barstool calls him, he says they're Short Kings.
All hail the Short Kings, baby.
Confidence is very tall, okay? I hope my hand is out of the frame. If it's not, my hand's not tall enough to match Reddick's confidence.
It's going to be close.
However, I will say this much. When you see a guy like Tyler Reddick at plus 4,000 to win a race on Ceasars Sportsbook, you pull the trigger without any hesitation, and that's what I've done. You can check out that bet over on Action Network. Look, this guy had the pole for COTA last year. That's one thing that some people will forget. He's ready, in my opinion, and I think at plus 4,000, you would be dumb not to. I don't know how so many of you bet on this stuff. Usually, Dale and I are either picking between 3 to 4 drivers a race. He is one of those drivers to win this week because at those odds, there's just no way in hell I can pass it up. He's knocking on the door. There's really not much more to add to it. We've already pretty much said it like it is. So that's my first outright that I have taken, the outright that I have over on Action Network right now.
Do you switch microphones? I just noticed I never keep my microphone in the same hand the whole. Do you switch?
I do the double fist.
I saw you had it in your right hand. Do you look up sometimes and be like, oh, it's in my left hand?
No, I never think about it. I think about.
But do you switch?
Do I switch? Sometimes.
Well, you are now. Okay. Anyway,
it's a basketball.
Yeah. I don't know.
Shout to hoops.
Continue though. Continue what you're saying.
But basically, I've seen enough now to know that he has what it takes. I mean, look. I'm not going to sit here and say that Tyler Reddick is Kyle Larson by any means, but seeing Kyle Larson as a dirt guy, Tyler Reddick being a dirt guy, come in last year, Larson goes in and just gets Sonoma, and he kind of started taking some of that road dominance. He got Watkins Glen and Sonoma last year. This car is set to suit dirt boys.
And the Roval. He got the Roval, too.
And the Roval.
Yeah.
All right? This is set for the dirt guys. So I got to ride with a dirt guy, and I think that Tyler Reddick, I'm not saying Kyle can't get it done, but Kyle Larson's not plus 4,000 on Caesars Sportsbook either.
Yeah. No, that's totally fair.
That.
and I might hate myself. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to hate myself for not getting him because
Well, you probably have a lot of time because the
Had a
guys
big
over at
Hooters
William
bet
Hill,
right
they
there.
like to take their time.
Well, yeah, and I got to stick with what works right now because both of the past two big winners I had, which were
Race day
William
picks.
Byron and what's that?
They're race day picks. You
Yeah.
picked them on race day.
Yep, a couple hours before green flag, I put all my cards together, and that's typically what I do at Xfinity and trucks. 2
Yeah.
hours before, there's a card. That's the best time to me because you take as much time as possible to see what's going on. Any late breaking news really helps, and sometimes you just notice one little glimpse of data, and you're like, I didn't see that yesterday, or I didn't see that the day before. Let's apply it and see. So I don't
They
know.
just
We'll
gave
see on
away
Reddit.
some major, just like intel, like Book of Road type intel.
Very Book of Roadish. So we'll see. I'm thinking about Reddick. If he gets the pole again, he'll drop. He'll drop into the teens. But right now, you
100%.
can still grab him on DraftKings at plus 3,000. It's definitely not a bad idea at all because he's got the speed, like I talked about for his top 10, which I put a lot of units on that top 10 play. You can see how many on my Action Network profile. Just hit the link in my bio on Twitter and you'll see it. But
Boom, boom.
yeah, no. So moving on. My next pick right here is Group C. It's Joey Logano. Let me make sure.
Joseph L.
I think it is on. I haven't put my money on it yet. It's not. It hasn't popped up on Action Network just yet. But Group C, yeah, DraftKings Sportsbook. Joey Logano to beat Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain, and Alex Bowman.
Oh, wow.
Now look, here's the deal. Alex Bowman, pretty streaky on road courses. He's always like an 8th to 10th place guy, max. Hasn't. And we know that. We know he's not great at road courses because he's running in the trucks to get more experience. Kind of like how Bubba Wallace is running in the Xfinity number 18 car for Joe Gibbs to get more experience in a good car. I expect Bowman's truck to be pretty good on Saturday with
It
some
looks
Hendrick
pretty
funding.
damn good. Big
Yeah,
Ricky Hendrick vibes.
Huge Ricky Hendrick vibes on number 7.
All the way.
If you haven't seen it, check it out. Alex Bowman driving for Spire on Saturday in the Truck Series. But Ryan Blaney, another guy who's good in road courses, but has been really inconsistent. Kind of backed into a win back in 2018 in the Roval when Jimmy Johnson and Truex wrecked each other. Other than that, has had some solid runs, but hasn't been super consistent. And then you look at Ross Chastain, who was pretty good on road courses last year. Had good speed in that Ganassi number 42. We'll wait and see on how they're going to be. I like the aggression Chastain. He would be the one that scares me there. If you had to pick two, throw a little bit on Chastain too to maybe ensure you get a profit. But I'm really high on Logano in this group because in 7 races last year on road courses, Logano had 4 top 10s, 3 top 5s. And at the Indy road course, was running in the top 5 before the infamous curb came up and destroyed about 12 race cars. I think he was running 4th or 5th at that time. So
Still
really
depressed
look
about
at
that race.
Yeah.
Chase Briscoe.
I know. Yeah. Oh, that's tough. I didn't have Briscoe, but you did. That fucking sucked. And we were with our pit crew. That was a bummer.
And his wife. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah.
It
Well,
was sad.
we're gonna get some more Chase Briscoe redemption in 2022. I guarantee you.
For sure.
And I think he's one to look at in this road course race. Keep an eye on him. I think he has a really good shot at winning. But Joey Logano he only has 1 road course win at Watkins Glen in 2015, I believe. But he has really advanced his game on the road courses over the years. And last year was potentially 5 top 5s at road courses in 2021, which is really, really strong. Almost won the Daytona road course when he lost the lead on the last lap of the race to Christopher Bell. So I think in that group, Logano is a superior driver. He's got the experience. He's a proven winner, a proven champion, and has really upped his road course game in the NASCAR Cup Series. And I think this car is right under his wheelhouse. We saw it with the Clash week 1 of the season. Goes out, wins that race, leads a bunch of laps. I know it's a totally different track, but I really have a good feeling about Logano having a strong run and winning that group, beating Ross Chastain, Alex Bowman, and Ryan Blaney, and that's at plus 260. And I think other books have the group play too, but I've seen it on
FanDuel definitely
DraftKings.
has some groups. And look, I think that's a great bet because I will say this much. When you look at the group bets, it doesn't really matter where people finish as long as that guy finishes ahead of you. Hopefully everyone knows that. If you didn't, now you know, as Biggie would say. But I'll say this. We were on Logano last year for COTA. You and I both had him together lumped in as a play. I don't think that he is a bad play whatsoever to go forth on this. But you are talking about one guy in that group that I do have for another top 10. I've already been aggressive and have 2 top 10s set now in stone, and that is Ross Chastain. So Ross Chastain's aggression, as you described, the fact that he may or may not be throwing watermelons out of the car at different people, because if it's not raining, what better way to make cars slide than to throw watermelon on them? I don't think it would mess with the weight too much, but in all seriousness, we've watched this guy, like, I'll never forget the Sonoma race when he just, like, sent the shit out of that car in there to finish where he finished up top. And the speed that Trackhouse has, I just feel like it is crazy not to put some money on it. He is plus 100, just like Tyler Reddick, on Barstool Sportsbook right now for a top 10. I don't know if he's going to be able to win this race. I'm not saying that he won't. He has been knocking at the door as well. He's been super consistent knocking at the door on these wins. And with Logano, up until last week, he has been Mr. Consistent right there in the mix of every finish. Chastain has been showing that same type of stuff. So I think that they evenly match that group up pretty well, except for Bowman and Blaney, because a lot of people assume that he's a great road course racer because of that Roval race, but they don't really remember how it ended up in the end.
That's a tough one to not remember, I feel like.
Yeah,
because that was an insane
Truex
finish.
and Johnson.
And
right?
it was the very first race of the Roval, too. So
yeah.
And, yeah, it's honestly
historic.
It's funny because last week's show, the three guys I talked about and on our NASCAR betting space were Tyler Reddick, Ross Chastain, and Daniel Suarez. I think you can use that same mindset for those same three guys this week, because if you look at the consistencies in this year of uncertainty, unpredictability, there are two certainties that have been prevalent in 2022. Number one is Tyler Reddick. The speed in his race car, the speed from the driver has been there every single week. And then number two is Trackhouse Racing. And I'm glad
Top fives.
Yep. I'm
Every
glad
race.
I didn't bet on them to win, because I almost did, and then after I figured out it was going to be pack racing, I was like, never mind. But my prediction was right last week about how two constants, Reddick literally wrecked from the lead, and then Trackhouse, both cars finished in the top five, and Chastain came back from 2 laps down, hood up in the pits after crashing. Like, it's been ridiculous, and that's I like the Chastain pick. What were his odds for top
Plus
10?
100 for a top 10,
See,
just
even
like
money.
Reddick.
The books continue to undervalue these guys.
They're sleeping.
And Chastain, I know he was in a different car with a Ganassi Camp in the number 42 last year. He was good at road courses last year and performed very, very well. He's getting extra track time in the Xfinity race, running for Mario Goslin in the number 92 car. So I just, with the constants, got to go with the constants. All this crazy year of unpredictability, Trackhouse, Tyler Reddick, you can't hate those picks,
Pitbull,
man.
Dolly.
Can't hate those picks.
Yeah. Shout out to Dolly or Dale, however you want to pronounce it.
So I guess it's my third pick now, and I'm gonna go. My picks are very diverse this week. I'm hitting everything. I'm hitting you on all fronts. So this is DraftKings Sportsbook, and I think it might. I don't know what other books offer it, but featured matchups, kind of a new thing. I think they didn't have them last week or the week before, but they're back, and it's positional spreads. And the one I'm taking is William Byron plus 6.5 against Kyle Larson. And you're probably like, wow. Well, let's think about it for a second. All right, I know Kyle Larson won 3 road course races last year, but William Byron in almost every single road course race, just like Logano in the Indy race, was running top 5 before the curb took him out. He should have won the Charlotte Roval, but the way yellow flags dropped screwed him and screwed their strategy at the end of the race, and he spun out and when he was pushing really hard because he was in a must-win situation, which certainly changes the dynamic of the race when you're in the playoffs and not in the regular season like we are right now. And he's been the hottest driver in 2022 when it comes to, other than Reddick, other than the Trackhouse guys, he's been one of the hottest drivers when it comes to how often he's running up front, how often he's leading laps. Just hasn't gotten the finishes up until last week. And last week he finally got that win, was super dominant, super competitive. And he's been that way. If you've watched all the races and seen where he's running on average, he's in the top 5, top 10, everywhere. So 6.5 positions, which, by the way, it's just like a football spread, whether you're taking one team to cover 6.5 points or the other one. You're taking William Byron to cover 6.5 positions on the track, which means if Larson wins the race, if William Byron finishes 7th or better, you win. If Larson finishes 5th and Byron finishes 12th or 11th or better, you win. So you just need him to stay within basically 6 spots of Larson to win this bet.
There's no excuse anymore. Football bettors, spread bettors of basketball and other sports with balls. It's racing and it's spreads and it's here to stay. Get used to it.
Your spread needs are here in NASCAR now. So I think it's a really cool bet. I experimented with one for the Daytona 500, and it was a mortal lock. It was McDowell over Justin Haley. It was McDowell like plus 5.5 against Haley. So many people were hammering it, and I wrote about it, and I think PJ Walsh wrote about it. So many people are hammering it that they took it off the board completely on like Friday. So
yeah, they're like, we can't have this here anymore.
I think with the new thing, there's some value we can find, and we can kind of jip the books on these. So I think William Byron, who's had the same, if not, within 2 or 3 positions of Kyle Larson's speed all year, if not better than Kyle Larson on overall speed, to give him 6.5 positions to cover, that's ridiculous in my eyes. It's minus 115, DraftKings Sportsbook, Lock City, baby.
All right, so I want to go ahead and play a little bit into that as well. And, shout out to Hooters, obviously. Shout out to Hooters Racing. We're in some really cool polos, by the way. Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Hooters Racing account, because they're going to be giving away one of these polos to one lucky follower of Hooters Racing. So if you don't follow Hooters Racing, go follow Hooters Racing on Twitter. They should have that contest up, I think, this week as well. So
by the time you see this, I think the contest will be up.
It'll probably be starting. So all you have to do is just comment your shirt size and tag 2 friends. So Hooters Racing, all business. Garage Guys, all business this weekend.
We're all business, baby.
All business in Austin, all right? We keep Austin weird and business-like. But I want to go ahead and talk about a spread. I cannot go a race now, especially here in Austin at the Hooters. I can't go a race without betting something on Chase Elliott. I can't bet on him to win. The odds aren't there. We know he has the best chance to win, and the books know it too. But I'm going to go ahead and use my positional spread bet, and I'm going to take Chase Elliott minus 4.5 over AJ Allmendinger. It's minus 115 on DraftKings Sportsbook. Now, there can be a lot of argument to this. The new car, AJ Allmendinger just being, as you say, a world-class racer of road. This all has really to do with the fact where Chase Elliott was talking in the beginning of the year, and some of these other guys, the top dogs are going to eat. They're going to continue to eat. Kaulig has shown that they have some speed. They have some things going on for them. But I don't know if they have what it's going to take to contest at this type of a race against Hendrick Motorsports. This is purely based on that alone. I'm not knocking A.J. Allmendinger's prowess at road courses. I would never knock Chase's because he literally is the road god himself. So at minus 4.5, there's a multiple things that could go wrong for Kaulig Racing in this race. Not having anything to do with AJ. I just think when you're looking at the equipment itself, Hendrick over a Kaulig car, I want to go all in with Hendrick, and that's my Chase Elliott bet. So again, that is Chase Elliott minus 4.5 over AJ Allmendinger at minus 115 on DraftKings Sportsbook.
I like it, but I don't at the same time.
It's okay.
Because I like the reasoning about who's more likely to have a big problem, a brand-new Cup team or Hendrick Motorsports, probably a brand-new Cup team in Kaulig. But if it comes to driver talent and just the experience, that bet scares me. But, hey, we'll see if it works out. We got to go with the Hooters boy at some point, right? And we're at a Hooters, so one of us has to do it.
Probably our best window because everything else is going to be minus fucking infinity.
Yeah.
So that's our best window.
There you go. There you go. Just take, a 50-50 matchup where he's not overwhelmingly favored is a win to grab him at.
Yeah.
So my final bet, I'm going to talk about one outright. By the time you see this, it will probably be posted. I'm looking at the sports books, trying to figure out where I'm going to lay it. But Kyle Busch outright plus 1,000 to win. And there are some statistics you can use for this, but the main thing is just the energy around what happened last week. He has that excuse me.
Cough.
That Marshawn Lynch style interview where it's just no word or just like one word replies to every fucking thing they ask him. And I don't know, man. I just have this feeling that Kyle is fucking pissed. And when he gets pissed, some say he gets worse. Some say he gets better. It took a lot of maturity for him to finally come through and win a championship, and he's way past. Now he's won 2, and he's hungry. He won a couple races last year. He was very strong here at COTA last year. Was a top 3, top 5 guy in that race. So I'm looking at Kyle Busch, man. He won the Xfinity race at COTA last year. He's racing trucks this year. He's probably going to win that race.
He'll get some practice.
You might look at the stats over the past couple of years and be like, I don't know. There's, the Hendrick guys have been better. But at plus 1,000, I would not be surprised if Kyle Busch came out early, qualified well in the top 5, had a great practice session. We all know he does better when practice is back. And he already should have won a race this year at Las Vegas. He should have won that one before Eric Jones crashes with 2 laps to go. So I like the juju around this bet. An angry Kyle Busch is not a good thing for the field. He's going to be in a fast Toyota Camry. And at plus 1,000, I'm just feeling it, man. I'm usually not a feeling guy as much as I am a brain stat
and that's what
guy.
makes me love it even more.
But, dude, I'm telling you, Kyle Busch is mad and he's hungry, and it's time to get a win. I mean, he's knocking on the door one. He was running up front all last week, too, before he wrecked.
Yeah.
So, Vegas, he should have won.
It's coming.
I know JGR has been really inconsistent, like struggled at Phoenix, weren't great at Fontana with their overheating issues, but we're on road now. The book of road is about to start a new chapter with Kyle fucking Busch.
Yeah, you just open it and you just see all the Marshawn Lynch things. We'll see what scripts itself in the book of road this week for 2022. But I love that bet. I love Kyle Busch. I love that energy. We had him last year, and it was kind of a heartbreaker because he was doing really well until my jorts got wet. I'm not going to wear jorts this week, so probably means Kyle Busch will win this race. My last bet is going to be another matchup that I have, and we'll have more outrights. We'll have more bets on Action Network. Be sure to check that out. If you're in the Discord, it's free. You should go there. There's a lot of talk going on about NASCAR and all kinds of other sports this weekend. But my last one is probably one of the more riskier bets that I've done, and I do a lot of risky bets. And this guy basically told you not to bet on him anymore, ever. We said we were going to put a penny on him every week. We have not done that, so maybe it's time. I'm going to be taking Austin Cindric at plus 103 over Martin Truex Jr. In this race on Sunday, the EchoPark Grand Prix. I'm doing this mainly because Austin Cindric's been very quiet recently. He has had talk around him of road, of liking road, of knowing things about road, and I think that too with Penske, as you're feeling the same energy with Logano this week. Obviously, brand new car. We hope the braking issues are taken care of, but Austin Cindric knows how to get around on a road course. And I think that with the way we've been looking at Martin's been great on super speedways. He was really good at Las Vegas too. It's a little bit different here. Last year, he got caught up in a really bad wreck at this race, so not really sure where he was running during that time. But I think that we can see some big energy out of Cindric. I'm taking it at the plus odds. Ride with me or don't. Doesn't really matter. I'm just going to decide to try to put a little bit of money on Cindric myself to see what will happen with it. I haven't done that since Phoenix when I took him for, I think, a top 10, and it was just not a fun time. So we'll see what happens. We're throwing another dart at Austin Cindric. That's my final bet of the week. You got some statistical stats?
Yeah, I just started thinking.
Statistical numbers.
I just started thinking about Kyle Busch, and I hate myself for not giving any direct statistics. But in 7 road course starts last year, 5 top 10s, 3 top 5s. So, not a bad play.
Joe Gibbs needs a win.
And COTA also about Kyle Busch. I said 5 top 10s and 7 starts. He had 10th at COTA, which should have been higher because the way that rain came and the downpour screwed that race up completely. He probably would have been top 3. Yeah. And then he was another guy, I believe, at Indianapolis that spun when the curb came up, which shook out like half the field. So you take those into consideration. He was great at the road courses in 2021. And look, he's a wheelman. He's a world-class wheelman. And with this new car, I can't wait because it's been excellent all year long, every race, excellent racing. It's honestly built, kind of designed to race on road courses. So we might get to see the best racing we've seen all year with this new race car.
I'm so excited about this race. I've been ready for this race. We talked about it when we left COTA last year. Cannot wait to come back here when the sun is shining, and we're going to have a very beautiful Sunday full of amazing road course action. Can't wait to do it. Before we get to that race, though, you need to go to Hooters, okay? Again, go to order.hooters.com or download the Hooters app. Use promo code GarageGuys. You're going to save $10 off any order, $30 or more, valid at participating locations for delivery and carry-out orders only. That's fine print from Captain Carryout. And if you don't want to eat at home on your couch alone with ranch on your face, as well as sauce, you can eat inside of a restaurant.
Yeah, and no one's gonna shit on you for having ranch on your face. All right? I'm a big ranch face guy in the Hooters establishment. So Dine and Dale has you covered. Tell them Dine and Dale sent you. If you go to your Hooters and dine in, you spend $40, you get $10 off just by telling your Hooters waitress promo code GarageGuys. That offer is valid on food, non-alcoholic beverages, and merch. Gift cards are not redeemable for this, and no alcohol is redeemable for this. And the offer is valid at HOA locations. $10 off. Just tell your Hooters girl about promo code GarageGuys on any $40 dine-in order you have, and you're saving $10 to ride our bets on Sunday. How about that?
That's it. Literally in total, $20 off to go in orders combined. Okay, if you're spending more combined,
Nobody
numbers
does it
aren't
better.
working.
Garage Guys and Hooters, what a combo!
It's it. That's all it is. All right. Cheers to Austin. Cheers to COTA Weekend.
Cheers to Boris said.
Cheers to Boris.
We love Boris.
We'll see you later.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.